Mr. Brown explored his childhood in a small group, which brought up some difficult and painful feelings for him. He's been able to think about them and explore them at depth in his small group and with staff and residents outside of the group space also. Because what they want you to do is not just to be able to use the group space, which is the main space, it's and also thoughts and feelings. Because obviously people don't have like real thoughts and they do have thoughts and feelings obviously, but they don't have to communicate their feelings in thoughts and feelings. So you can see as time goes by, they think like before it's like, oh, I'm alright, oh, I'm pissed off, me. Then eventually they're like, oh, do you know what, I was annoyed. Oh, do you know what, I was feeling vulnerable. Like they start to, in thoughts and feelings, they start to like become more on them, not looking out, getting onto other people and just saying general stuff like pissed off or bex or fucked off. They start using proper emotion words and labeling feelings and come more on themselves of how they felt like that and how they dealt with it, like in a good way, rather than just kicking off and blah, just being, like I say, volatile and erratic. I apologise for the coughing. Also, they want you to go outside of the groups to be able to build your own support networks. So it's being able to do that out here. So to come out, like, because now I'm out, I can't access thoughts and feelings when I was in the prison that I went to after before I came out. I couldn't access thoughts and feelings and support groups while, or groups, should I say, when I'm out now. Do you know what I mean? It's for me to find my own support, to go to like a support group, like an Andy's Mind Club or a local men's talking group or even a mixed talking group, or to, ring Samaritans or to ring Text Quell or, cultivate new friends, find which family that I can go to. Because obviously we have to, I do advocate for speaking about your feelings and how your thoughts and, like I said, trying to keep it on yourself rather than they did this and they did that and because that's not going to do anything for you. Do you know what I mean? They need to deal with them, but you need to deal with you, and dealing with you makes it easier and you can grow from that. You can't grow from just pointing out other people's stuff and why they've done this, that and the other. Do you know what I mean? You can mention it because it's relevant. Do you know what I mean? Because people need to know why you feel like this, but then it's to get onto yourself. That's just a little 5% of like what you should be talking about. It should be on you and what you did and how you did it and what you can do different. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so how we can know that people can use this information about you against you, sorry. So we know that people are just like just little pricks, aren't they, really, and the spiteful bastards and got nothing going on for them. Do you know what I mean? And they're just manipulators and they're narcissists. You know what I mean? And things like this. So they will get you to feel vulnerable, get all the information out of you, and then use it to control you later on. It's all coercive. Do you know what I mean? And these aren't good people. This happens like in partnerships. So man, woman, woman, man. Man, woman, woman. Do you know what I mean? It's in friendships, two girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, so partners will be using it in relationships and friendships will be using it. Do you know what I mean? Family will be using it. Like, that's no good. That's all toxicity. They're all toxic bastards. Do you know what I mean? To get away from them. Blow them up on Facebook so I can see. And, seriously, you need to get away from them. So that's what it is. It's about going outside of the group because obviously not everyone in the community can be trusted. But the funny thing is, I'm doing what I would have done on the TC anyway. I'm unveiling myself. I'm revealing myself. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking about my deepest and darkest here. I'm laying myself out because obviously I didn't do that before. Anyone will tell you, no one knew me. I must have been sat in the TC one time in thoughts and feelings, and it just hit me one time that someone's talking about bare things, and I thought, I just looked around at all these man, like 40 man here, and I thought, Ras. Nobody on the face of this earth knows me like these guys. And I don't think anyone knows these guys like I know them because of how open and honest we are. I thought my mom, dad, brothers, my brethrens, like gal, they don't know me. They don't know who I truly am. I didn't even know who I truly was. I hid it for myself. Some people like are quite honest with themselves to a degree, but they might not be open and honest with others. But they're quite. I couldn't face my own like what are the classed as failures and my just failures really. What didn't make me a good person, or what when I felt like when I just felt vulnerable, things that just made me feel like vulnerable, fearful. I won't face them. I wouldn't look at it and think, do you know what, I could do this, I can do that, like to like circumvent that, or I can do this, like build myself up. I wouldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? If it brought up any anxiety, I just miss the thought. I just kick it out like boom and forget all that. Yo, put that down. Yo, trust me. Yo, like I just get away from it. I couldn't deal with it. Do you know what I mean? And obviously doing that just kept me emotionally immature. So that's what a lot of it is like. So a lot of people that you meet, like especially like at my big age now, There's still a lot of people that are very emotionally immature, because what it is, when you're keeping yourself drugged up, where it's just ganja, you're not allowing yourself to feel. So if you're not allowing yourself to feel, you're not allowing yourself to be able to process those feelings. Because once you process it, you think about it properly, or you got the right people around you to help you see it from a different perspective, it washes it away. Do you know what I mean? Imagine like a bus just turning up at a bus stop, and another bus just turning up on a bus stop, and another one for years. For years, you got all them old buses, they're all going rust, they got fucking plants and shit growing from a rusted down, broke down, tires flat. They're basically stuck to the earth now because they're just been there for so long, and more buses are turning up, and that's just like your negative feelings and negative emotions. Like, it's just, and you haven't processed it to help them move along, to clear it out, move it along, and processing, and like I said, so like being high will just, not even as high, like even like medication as well. Medication can keep you stupefied because you're not able to process what's going on. You can't feel. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not feeling what's going on for you to be able to like think about it properly, talk about it properly, because speaking about it, being able to articulate what's going on inside is massive. Massive. The more articulate you can be on how you think and feel will help you benefit massively. And it obviously shows maturity, emotional maturity, because that's how mature you are. You're able to speak about these things quite eloquently and elegantly. So yeah, and that's it. Like, you just be able to clear it out and stuff, and yeah. So we'll just move on from that. Mr. Brown identified feelings of jealousy during his time in therapy, a difficult and challenging emotion to accept and think about. At times, he became reactive to the jealousy evident in his anger towards the clinical lead staff, who he felt was favouring some residents over others. At these times, Mr. Brown appeared unable to see the reality of the situations and appeared to be responding to a perception which, when explored, was rooted in his past. Upon reflection, Mr. Brown was able to identify this and the jealousy and rage past, enabling Mr. Brown to feel sadness from his childhood and to see the situation in the present for what it was. So, don't get me wrong, I don't care what they say, there was some favoritism, because that's just how it goes sometimes. And what it is, what their motto is, which proves this, and it's a similar thing to how most services are, like even the service I work for. But I still believe in, the way I see it is, if you've got 6 people and you've got 6 sweets, and you've only can give 1 sweet to each, if I give 1 more sweet to 1 more person, someone's not getting a sweet. Do you know what I mean? That's how I see it, yeah, from this situation. So I try to be as fair as possible. I try to not give more to 1 person. Do you know what I mean?